So, hello and welcome to ShankerZ podcast number 7, where tonight, or today, whenever you watch it, we have another special guest, which is Lloydi Golf.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
Amateur golf.
I wouldn't quite go that, but self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed.
I mean, the amount of stick I get for that is unreal.
Where did it come from? Straight off, where did that name come from?
It was literally just an idea I had, and I was like, boom, I quite like it. It's going to go there. And it stayed, and out of pure determination, I was like, that is staying there regardless of the hate I got. Just like, yeah.
You've got to do that sometimes, though, haven't you? If you get hate, not everyone's going to like what you do, what you call yourself, but if you've stuck with it, that's off to you. You stick with what you like, innit?
I believe it. One day it'll happen.
But will it still be amateur golf, though?
I'm never going to be good enough to be pro, I'll tell you that.
No.
I think you got that.
I've got no interest in it, in honesty. Like, I love the game, and I love the game for what it is and the people, but, I mean, can I be bothered to grind it out to scratch? No way.
So what are you off now?
I play off, like, 18 officially, but probably around 16.
Yeah.
I'm doing a fair level, really, but, like, as you know, creating content just takes over so much that, like, getting good at golf is well hard.
100%.
Yeah. How do you find the filming side of things affects your golf? Because obviously we've all spoke about it, and it affects us differently.
See, it affected me before quite a lot, but now like I've got a really good setup. I'm sort of tripod camera. I know exactly what the shot I want, so it's down, focus on the shot, hit the shot, don't let it bother you.
Yeah.
Whereas before, it was like a nightmare. And if you've got like a 3-ball behind you, you're like, oh my God, I've got 3 dudes behind me, and they're all sitting there, and they're giving you the double teapots on the tee.
Not this guy again.
Like, I remember when I was in Scotland, and there was like me, Matt Fryer, and Real Zach, like all recording. Some bloke was like, "Look at these effing tracks, blah blah blah. 3 of you recording, it must be like a 12-hour round." And we're like, "Yeah, it kind of is." Like,
do you want to come and film it for us then? Might hurry us up a little bit. No, it's off.
Yeah, but that's what we want to do. Like I say, we're here to create content. We're creating all these content pieces. You've just got to suck it up and get on with it, haven't we?
Yeah.
They're like people who watch they're watching it from a different angle. They don't see the tripods, the cameras, the angles, and all that side. They just see the video and they don't understand the actual work that goes into it. Yeah, sometimes you might just be holding a camera up, but it's so much thought and work that goes into before anything gets put on YouTube, especially with your videos, Lloydi.
I mean, the amount of times I've had to go back, I'm not going to lie, it's a joke. The amount of times I've sort of started editing a video, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't talk about that, or I didn't do this. Like, I've just got to go back and finish some wording. And I'm like, but the course is like an hour. I'm like, I don't care. I've just got to go back and do it. And people are like, why are you back? And I'm like, because I didn't say something really stupid that's really trivial. Like, I could have just stood in the back wall and gone, sorry guys, I forgot to say like hit 5 iron there. It's just a nightmare. Like, absolute joke. I'm like, I'm sitting there at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, sometimes being like, what the actual hell am I doing here? Joke.
Yeah, you can see in the quality of your video, you spend a lot of time on your editing. You
I'm
can
20
tell.
hours I'm 20 hours of video, easy.
Yeah, you can tell that. It speaks for itself. Well, obviously, I notice things like that a little bit more than other people because I'm in the video world as such. But you can tell you spend a lot of time and you're very precise with your shots, which I think is really, really good.
No, thanks. I appreciate it. It's important to me, and I always see that content should be first. It's just kind of like if you're giving people a good enough visual experience, then the rest will come. Like,
yeah, there's mixed things about that though, isn't there? Because some people say your content doesn't matter if it flows well. It doesn't matter what camera you're using, what shots you're using. But then on other things like yourself, even average golfer, when we asked him last week, he was saying he'd rather have really nice cinematic shots of the course and this, that, and the other. But it goes over 90% of the people's head. They don't even care.
Yeah, I think a lot of it for me is kind of like we all create our own videos, and it's can you sit there and watch your own videos, and that's where it's key for me. If I can create a video and be proud enough to think I could watch that and I could watch that again and again and learn from it, then great. If I create a video and was like, I can't even watch that, why would I expect thousands of people to watch it? And that's kind of always been my mindset, really. If I'd watch it, then someone else will.
True
Good mindset to have, to be fair, isn't it? Let's be honest. If you're happy with it, then everyone else should be, to a degree.
And that's what I think. Really, I think you should always create content for yourself first. Like there are obviously like we all understand the whole clickbait effort and XYZ, but it's for me it's not content I'm really interested in. Yeah,
Clickbait? What's clickbait?
Well, yeah, I know.
The examples.
Yeah. I almost died.
I'm sure as we go to kind of the most like clickbaity kind of YouTuber out there, let's have a look. Oh no, that was his old name. He's got a new name now. Enough said.
I think that's just gone right over my head, that one.
Gone over mine as well.
Do you know who he's on about, Owen?
I don't. Who are you on about, Lloydi?
No, I'm not on about anyone really. You'd all be my mates though, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're sat beside you, ish. Kind of a few hundred miles apart, but...
Oh, yeah, but we're sat beside you.
Yeah.
100%.
And to be fair, we have our lovers and we have our haters, so...
Absolutely. I think everyone does, doesn't they? You can't be liked by everyone, especially in the YouTube social media world. Everyone's not going to like you. You're going to get the hate. It's how you deal with it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you have any trolls on your YouTube and stuff like that?
I mean, yeah, and it's, to be honest, and initially it bothered me. Now I couldn't care less. If people really want to waste their time, like trolling me at the minute, I've got like a guy actively creating like multiple accounts, and it's the same guy, like blank accounts, and he's like every other day it's like a new account pops up and he's giving me hate. I'm just like, man, if you really want to sit there and waste your life like trolling my page, like you go for it. Like happy days, but like.
Yeah, we've had quite a bit as the ShankerZ, and it's kind of come over to our personal accounts and stuff as well. And they never use the real name.
Correct.
You can tell they don't even watch the video. They start commenting, "Oh, this is da da da," and it's nothing to do with what the video they're commenting on. And you put it on the toes and say, "Why don't you just tell us who you are?" And then they just don't. And it got to me last week. I nearly flipped my lid.
A little big bit.
You had a little meltdown.
Because the thing that you can tell, they're just going on the video, not even watching it, clicking dislike.
Yeah.
What's the point in
doing? That's the thing. Like, I get it. Like I get kind of like some people just have such a personal hate for people trying to create videos and have fun with what they're doing. It's almost like, but like I'm very honest in like if I'm not doing it, somebody else is, and that's how you should always look at it. Because if I was like I want to do something, and next thing 3 weeks later, some guy's doing it, and he's traveling halfway across the world creating content. You're like, well, I gave up because some guy said I was an idiot. It's just
yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a really good salute to people like that, isn't it? It's that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But again, that's the thing. Like people, they don't. The like and dislike button is there for if you like the video, press it. If you've watched the video and you don't like it, yes, press the dislike button. But don't just Tattooed Golfer's uploaded a new video. G-Max uploaded a new video. What's the point in that? And that's what. But
the thing is, and you can like track trends. Obviously, you look at your videos, and like so. Currently, with the series I'm doing with Fiona, it's like there's like 5 to 6 every single video. You're like, it's just the same people that just have a genuine dislike for whatever reason. You're like, all right, I'd understand if it fluctuated, but it doesn't. You're like, well, have you watched it? Did you just go through and stuff?
Talking about Fiona, how did all that start?
Well, I went to the Dunhill and recorded. I was there to take some photos of the event, and I guess she kind of saw me there and then contacted me and said, would I go and like introduce her into golf, bearing in mind it was a million miles away. And I was like, look, what have I got to lose in my current situation? And sort of went up there, tried it, and the rest is history, as we say, because we are now actively looking to move to Scotland.
Together?
Well, I can neither confirm nor deny right
now. Yes.
You heard it here first.
He's not sat behind the camera, is she? With a gun saying, don't say anything.
She's not, but my notice is officially handed in, and I am YouTube exclusive, looking to go full-time YouTube as of January.
Yes.
Right. Have you got some backing from someone to do that, or are you just doing it alone?
I've actually sold my house. So I
Right,
plan
okay.
I plan to self-finance a year really, and just see what the hell we can do. Really, I've got like no real backing as such. It's just kind of I want to see if I can try and become a full-time YouTuber, and to do it, I wanted a year off, and this is my plan. Move
What's
to
your
the motherland.
subscriber count at the minute?
It's like nearly 1,100, I believe.
Yeah, so I
Right.
checked. I was a bit of a stato this morning because I wanted to get into the differential between your Instagram and your obviously your YouTube. So I had a look this morning. Obviously, you got just short of 31,000 on your
Yeah,
Instagram,
something like that, yeah.
and then obviously just short of 1,100 on your YouTube. Why do you think the one hasn't migrated across to the other?
It's really annoying because YouTube backwards works really, really well. So the bigger audience you have on YouTube, it's easier to grow the other channels.
Mhm.
But to grow it Instagram outwards is really difficult. Like one, because you can't link very well at all. Like the whole swipe up feature takes you to a weird location. And
Right.
equally to get people to watch, like from like 15 seconds of footage generally to be like, guys, I want you to sit and watch a 15-minute video. People are like, but I like you for 15 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
like, and that's literally it. Like, you now want me to spend like 20 minutes, and all I do is sit there, scroll, double tap, and it's really difficult. It's really, really difficult. So I average every story I do. I probably average between like 3,000 and 4,000 views of that, and the click swipe up rate is really, really low. It's scarily low. So it just requires a different audience, and that's it really.
Well, that's okay. With my Instagram, my following on Instagram is more for the tattooing celebrities side of things, which I've done in the past. And if
Yeah.
I put an offer on for where you have to comment on one of my stories for a free tattoo or a £50 voucher, I'll get shitloads. But then if I put a swipe up on for one of my YouTube videos, I'll get 10, 20 clicks, if that.
Yeah.
But on the other one, I'll get 200-300 different profiles within the space of
Wow.
24 hours commenting on it just because they want a free tattoo. Should I say, if you watch all my videos, you get a free £50 voucher?
Well, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, sadly, these are the tactics to use. But for me, it's just I've got no interest. It's just difficult. It's a real shame because actually, you're more beneficial having a bigger YouTube following than you are having
100%.
a big Instagram. That's it.
100%.
Like it's like YouTube is where you can literally try and finance doing it full time, and I'm taking a huge risk in saying I want to try, and this is what I'm doing to do so.
You've obviously got a proper passion for YouTube. Then it's something that you really enjoy doing, or
I mean, I do it for experience. I do it for no other reason. It's just there are so many. Like last year, I travelled to America, and I was on a plane for 24 hours in LA playing golf. 12 hours there. Played golf, came home, and in reality, you're like, this is just absolutely stupid. Like, why the hell am I doing it? But when you're kind of standing there and you're hitting your first tee shot on the middle of a golf course, thinking, this is why we do it.
yeah.
For the memories and experiences, I suppose.
That's it. You could, when you're 60, 70, 80 year old, you could sit back on YouTube and look at what you've done and where you've been and stuff. That's where it started. I just enjoy having a laugh and recording it and stuff like that. That's where it started for me. Yeah, I've got a bit of a drive now to get more viewers, get more followers, this, that, and the other. But personally, I felt myself slipping into a bit of I'm just creating content that I think other people want to watch.
Correct, and that's something I'm trying to get out of.
Yeah, that's where I've changed all my logo and stuff now, so I can do me rather than do the rest of the golf YouTube.
I think it's very easy. Like we all look at kind of social growth, and we can understand what people want to watch. People want to watch reviews. They want to see people hitting drivers a million miles down the fairway. But like it's content for the sake of content in some respects, just to try and grow your channel. So for me, it's all about like. I'm very interested in experiential content and like one-off pieces that nobody else is really doing. And I think the more you learn to enjoy doing that, actually, the more satisfactory it is because people are then, like, they're just interested in you rather than just you doing something else that someone else has done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're all, even Lee, you're changing your channel a bit as of next year, aren't you? You're going onto more the technical side of golf because of your past and stuff like that. Yeah, whereas me, I couldn't do that, but Lee, definitely could.
Yeah.
I think playing to your own strengths sometimes, isn't it? So my strengths would be literally consistent ball striking, having the same swing speed and the same everything's repetitiveness. Where the average amateur will have maybe 2 or 3 miles an hour difference in swing speed. The strike pattern will be completely different, you know, where the strike zone is, where for me it's generally within the same thing. So it'd probably be more relatable to somebody going, well, yeah, if he's doing it, as opposed to some of the bigger ones who are pros. Yeah, it's relatable to a point, but I think for me, as an amateur, it's easy. You know, it might be more relatable, but we'll see. And it's not for viewing numbers. It's more for the fact of, let's see where I can push my own abilities and everything else. And there's a few ideas to come up from it. But, you know, we'll see what happens next year. To be fair,
What are you doing with your channel, Graham? Are you just deleting it?
yeah.
I don't know. Obviously, I want to get back down to single figures, so I'll be categorising that. But no, there's not much. I'm not changing a huge amount on mine, I don't think, to be fair. Like I said, I'll review it for over 12 months. If nothing's changed, I'm going to bin it.
Oh, really? Do you really feel like that? For what reason? Just because of growth, or?
It's like it's been stacked. Like, I haven't done a huge amount. Like I said, I've been doing it 3 years in January. January will be my 3rd year, and I've only put 66 videos out. So I haven't put a lot out. I've been more consistent. Would you say the last 8-10 months?
Yeah, because of us.
Partially, partially. I've been more consistent, and the growth has been better. But if the growth's not there by the end of the next year, then I'm just gonna shit can it and concentrate on the shankers.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
You know?
So what do you think is the key to growth? Like, it's something that I create videos for fun, but like for guys like yourself to think, actually, I'm going to give up if it doesn't grow. Like, what?
I think it's regularity. Because when I seen a little spike in mine, it was when I was putting 3 videos out a week. So there was regularity coming. I've got a full-time job and a family. I can't put 3 videos out a week every week.
And that was pretty much my big decision to kind of like leave my job. Was like, I've got a full-time job and I'm now doing this full-time on top of it. I kind of have no life, and I'm here creating videos for the love of creating videos. But it's so hard.
And especially if you've got to travel 5 hours north.
Which is more than that, isn't it? It's 8 hours north, isn't it? 9 hours.
I'm getting the train of late, and it's 6.5 hours.
Didn't you
get
miss
your train with the golf gear and everything?
With the golf gear, with the camera gear. That is absolutely crazy.
That's some effort, that.
Yeah, I mean, I drove originally, but I fell asleep on the wheel on the way back home one night, and I was like, I'm not doing this again.
YouTube exclusive.
Fair one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just 4 a.m. hit the dead hour on my way home. I was like, no. So I've just got a train ever since. I was not listening to
That's a fair point, to be fair. Jesus.
So how is the series going now? How is she progressing?
Like, to be fair, I'm actually quite scared. I think she's going to be a better golfer than me, and it worries me. It does actually worry me. You know, when you take someone out, you think, yeah, right, we're teaching to kind of show someone the ropes of golf. And initially, she was like really bad as I was. I was like, this is great. 3 weeks in, I'm like, oh my god, she's actually like, she hits it straighter than I do and further than I do, and I'm just like, whoa, hello, this is going to be. But it's fun. It's going to create like a really good like the dynamic, and I like her competitive nature, which is really good. She's like getting really stuck in and properly learning. Like, when I'm not there, she's down the range and that kind of thing. So it's not. I'm glad it's not just a content piece and stuff.
Yeah. Will there be a change in your name to Lloydi and Fiona Golf?
Well, no, there's been talks about it, but kind of I don't think it will be. There is definitely potential for the series to grow into something different, but it will just go into like a playlist. And
she got the bug.
Idea.
She got the bug to create her own channel.
Lloydi and Fiona take on.
To be fair, that is actually something that we've been considering. We've been considering like when we've got time to just do a who wants to play, and let's do a doubles match, like a versus series would be quite fun. But I don't think necessarily the bug for her to create her own channel though. I think she's got like a very kind of time-consuming job, and to create your own channel, it just takes so much time to like create videos. And as much as she loves being part of mine, to do her own, it's just fair enough. It's too much like hard work. And
so are your videos monetized now?
No, because the whole 4,000 hours watch hours is a joke.
Well, yeah,
it's
very.
So like, you get your subscriber count, and this comes back to like Graham's content idea about having more content, because the more content you have, the more views you get. So it's kind of, it literally is. I'm literally sitting at like, I think it's like 3,000 hours now, and I need another 1,000 hours watch time. It's so hard to get, really.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And you're spending 20 hours, whatever time you're spending recording, then you're spending 20 hours per video. How many videos do you put out a week, roughly? One or two?
I'm doing like one a week, if that, and it was just time. And don't forget, like, I actively pay for software and music, so I spend £50 a month like on that straight away. So it costs me money before doing anything, and I love it. Don't get me wrong, but equally, you're like, I'd like a little bit back, guys. Like,
that's the biggest thing. Like, so obviously, if you were to put out 3 videos a week to get them numbers, that's 60 hours in editing time alone.
Correct. It does concern me. I think I'd get better. I think a lot of it now is just kind of, because I have a full-time job, I come home and I'm like tired. So you edit a bit kind of like lazy, really. You kind of like, the TV's on, you eat something for dinner, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning, you're editing like this, and so I get it. Like, but I think once you have a structure to be like, I'm doing this full time, I think you cut the edit times to probably 30 hours a week, and then hope that you record for like 12 to maybe 20 hours. But risks you have to take.
Yeah,
that is, and you're taking a big ass risk, mate.
To be fair, I've never been so frightened in my life. Never, but I am actually genuinely frightened.
If you don't chase your dreams, though, you're never going to get anywhere.
And that's pretty much it. Like, I've always worked. I've worked incredibly hard throughout my whole life, and just to be like, yeah, I'm kind of quitting my job as an engineer, and I want to try and push YouTube. It doesn't monetize. It doesn't make me any money right now, and I want to see if I can try and get something out of it. I mean, people are just like, you're off your nut. I'm like, kind of a little bit, but I'll try.
But the difference is house prices are cheaper up in Scotland than they are down south anyway. So
well, yeah, that's true. Like,
and like you say, you're going to do it for 12 months. As a qualified engineer, you're never going to be out of work for long.
And I think I'm kind of like lucky in that respect, but kind of I just have to try. There's just something in me that's like, I've got to try. For me, it's just my only kind of worries and concern now is like, what content do I create? Like, what the 3 pieces of content look like a week, and what is the relevance, and do people care enough to kind of watch that kind of content? Because I'm not going to be sitting here reviewing every club, every item under the sun. So that's my struggles right now. So if anyone's got any ideas,
comment below.
How creative you really are.
Well, that's literally it. Like, it becomes like, if you're doing that, like, what the hell are you doing, and what is your content? What does like you being a full-time YouTuber look like in terms of content? Because you don't want it to be like, you're full-time now, but your content actually sucks. It's like, okay.
Thanks.
So I take it have you got any ideas of how you can have your series with Fiona, and then what else you can put out there?
Yeah, to be fair, like, I'm not gonna lie, like, there are some ideas that I do have, and like, there's a couple that I'm keeping a little bit under wraps right now, but there's definitely, I kind of want to get like into charity, that kind of stuff, and I'm probably looking at doing like a few series for that sort of thing. And then I kind of want to, like, Scotland, quite sadly, has a lot of golf courses that are closing.
Yeah.
There's probably like 30 courses, so I kind of want to do a series where we play the forgotten courses. So like, it's just like, before these courses go, I want to kind of record them. And
was it Scratch Golf that did that? Was it the hidden course of Tom Morris a long time ago? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, it might have been. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to say your videos are kind of, the way they're edited, the way you put them together, it kind of reminds me of Eric Anders Lang, the style that you do it and stuff like that, which I think he's like the GOAT for me. I know he's not as big as Rick Shields and stuff, but his videos, they're like a TV programme.
Well, and they are, and like I say, I mean, his background's amazing. It's the reason why they are so good. Like, he's got a team of 5, and he used to direct short films for Hollywood. Yeah. So like, he knows what he's doing there. Yeah. But it's interesting you say that, because I have kind of been referred to a few times as the English Eric Anders Lang.
That's not a bad comparison at all.
That's a compliment.
And in a way, that's what I kind of want it to develop into, really. I'll be honest, that is kind of where I'd like it to go.
If you're setting a benchmark, that is the benchmark to set.
Yeah, he's definitely my favourite.
Yeah.
So, yeah, have you got any questions for us, Lloydi? Do you want to know anything about us?
What's your view on keyboard scratch players?
I'm brilliant.
Are you talking about people that never play golf and just say, yeah, I play a scratch?
I'm more talking about the people that kind of like actively make themselves look incredibly good on social media at golf when actually you play them in real life and they're terrible.
Shit, that's me.
Nah, you look terrible on social media, Lee.
I think they need, if you can call them out and show them up, do so. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's not the fact of showing them up. It's fake, innit? It's not real content then.
Exactly. But I think what he's saying is when he's seen videos of people that make themselves look great,
and then you play them yourself, and they're nowhere near that standard.
It's just kind of really funny when you're like, I understand that, especially for me, like creating videos, it is a content piece, and it's a content piece before the golf. But like the golf is still genuine, and it's still like as it is.
You don't hide the fact that you're still beginning. You don't hide your bad shots.
Correct.
Edit them out. You leave them in there.
Correct.
Well, that's it.
But there's a lot of people that will edit that out, take 3 or 4 goes, and then be like, I've made the green, and you're like, well, did you?
No, you didn't.
Well, I think that's why with the last Can I Beat par, I could have quite easily just scrapped the 2 holes, started on the 3rd one where I actually made par, and then done another 2. I thought,
of course. You're like, I made par now, guys. I'm really good at golf. This is like,
but I didn't. I kind of just kept the 2 bad holes in, and then had a 1 decent one. But that's life. I think a lot of it comes down to what golfer shows up on the day as well, to what kind of round you're going to play. But yeah, there are a lot of people out there that go, I'm going to beat you, and you're like, well, crack on then. It is what it is. You just.
I think that's just hilarious. The hilarious form of social media, isn't it? I guess when you've kind of, I guess there are people out there that need to sort of, they're in a public eye and need to assure that they are like really good at a game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more than openly honest, and there are times out there where I'll shoot under par, and there's more times that I'll shoot over par, because that's just the way golf is. It always has a way of coming back to bite you on the ass, regardless of, look at Rory McIlroy. He doesn't make every single cut, so golf comes back and bites him on the ass regularly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we know he's a really good player, and he doesn't go on Twitter and say, "Oh, I'm going to beat you, man."
And I think us as creators, we know when it's fake.
Yeah, you can.
No matter how real someone tries to make it, we know that it's forced and it's fake. Yeah. But again, 90% of people that will go over the red, they'll think, bloody hell, this guy's on a par 5, the longest par 5 in Europe in 2. Bloody hell. Well, it's not really.
Yeah.
He's hit his first shot and he's picked the ball up, carried it another 100 yards, dropped it. Here's where my first shot landed.
It's so brilliant.
I'm real. I leave my shanks in. Well, so I leave all my shots in. I'm not bothered. And like I said, I'm an amateur golfer. I'm never going to hit every shot great. And that's what I think people want to see. That they want to see real golf.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, that's the thing. I definitely think there is like a market for kind of real amateur golf as well. So I think it's important to like showcase that actually, like, guys, golf is hard. Like, it just.
Let's just say this though, percentage-wise, how many professionals and how many amateur golfers are watching our YouTube videos?
Yeah. Well, that's true. That is true. Like, say, probably.
There's definitely one pro watching.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Mr. I'm going to thin the ball when I'm doing club reviews.
There's definitely two watching.
And version of you.
See, that's have you ever had any of your ideas stolen, Lloydi?
I have to be, and that's why I was a little bit cagey earlier, because it is terrible. Like, the social golf world for stolen ideas is an absolute joke. Like, I've had so many where you're just like, and it's sad because it's sad to think that you can't trust the creators around you, but sometimes you just can't, and it's really 100%. Sad. Really sad. Well, and I can't.
The ShankerZ are going doing. We're going to Scotland doing this thing about before the courses close. We're going to go and play a few of the courses and stuff.
Yeah. Note to self. Stop telling people your ideas, mate.
Well, I've been thinking about getting an amateur and teaching them how to play golf from scratch. I don't know how that'll work.
Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm going to be incredibly quiet from now on. I'm off. But no, I just, Definitely,
it is that thing. Like, you think you've got an amazing idea, and especially because you're still a relatively smaller channel.
Yeah, for sure.
You could do a video, and it's a really, really good video, it'll get 5, 6, 7, 800 views. And then one of the bigger YouTubers will say they've not seen your video when they clearly have seen your video. And then they will remake your video and get hundreds of thousands of views. And it feels like a kick in the teeth sometimes. It really does.
It definitely does, and it's quite hilarious. But actually, just take it as the biggest form of admiration. If people
Exactly,
like like
imitation is the finest form of flattery.
But there are some times where you're watching it and you go, do you know what? Granted, I came up with that idea. I'd like to take you on at that video that I did, and let's just see who's more relatable as a person.
It's never going to happen, though.
No,
it's never going to happen because
No,
they
you're
ain't
right.
got time for us. Maybe when you hit over 100,000 subs or 50,000 subs, you'll see them all crawling into your finger because you're current then, and they can get
100,000 golf balls at their head.
Yeah, but like I said, it's never going to happen. This is where a lot of smaller YouTubers, a lot of smaller YouTubers get it mixed up and think they deserve the shout outs and this, that, and the other.